My friends, why is rent so expensive? It's around like 1,000 to 2,000 on the cheap end for just a normal place. That's not what most people make. Most people are making something at minimum wage or a little bit above minimum wage, working at a place like Starbucks or Amazon or Walmart. I really believe that it actually costs 1,000 to 2,000 in just the cost of maintaining the place. These people paint over fucking outlets. They fix shit with coke. They don't do shit right. Most of the apartments out there are slum. Half of them, the inside of the building is not even finished. Half of them, it's like an unfinished paint job, or you can see bits of drought. That's the state of apartments right now. $1,000 to $2,000 a month, basically everywhere. How could this be? Huge investment firms like this PGM, Gladstone Land. So what they do is they buy up all the prices. They'll agree upon what they want the price for a city to be, and they artificially drive up the prices that way. And then smaller runners are encouraged to drive up their prices because they're like, well, why am I so much cheaper than these guys? I can charge. Another thing is single-family zoning limits the housing supply. If there's less housing supply, then fewer people have the housing. If fewer people have the housing, it's a lot easier for them to all agree to just make it expensive as fuck and everybody for price. Since COVID, single-family zoning rents within single-family zoning areas have gone up by 41%, according to Zillow. 26% for multifamily homes. So if you live in a huge apartment complex, it's probably BlackRock doing this to you. Probably the most powerful company in the entire world, a huge monopoly on the rent. The very best way to fight back against this artificially inflated housing market is to just, if you are in a place that you're paying rent for and you want to go somewhere else, you can charge other people rent for that thing you already have a lease on, or for that thing you already live in, or for that building you already own. And now you're making money that would allow you to go and live anywhere else. Whoa, now you have this other place, and you can rent it out, and now you're making money off that. You could go to some other place. So, by doing this, we could take back land from big investment firms and corporations that want to basically fuck the money out of us. The mission for each and every one of you to collect land, like build an empire of your own as a person and be a person about it. Now, everyone knows those weird areas where all the houses are the same house all across the street in these big strips. Well, that's single family zoning. Big companies buy all this land, and as long as they build a house that's the right kind of house to be a single-family house, then they rent it out. That's what my sister lives in. They're doing the same thing with an apartment where they're fucking people for the price, except making continuous money off of all these houses instead of selling them out to where people would actually own something. You can't have that. You got to keep fucking them over time, right? Because it's not good enough to just sell them an expensive house. In those areas where those houses are, you can't build an apartment complex. That's why they build those houses. And in half of them, there's gas leaks. You can punch through the wall. Some of them are fucking made of foam. A lot of them don't get fucking finished on the inside. They'll put the insulation measurement sticks to where they're bent on the floor to make it look like the insulation is higher than it actually is. Houses are getting built worse and worse, and if you look at it, America doesn't actually have the money to we have so many broken buildings. I'll give some statistics. Most of our infrastructure is aging, it's getting old, it's the fucking landlord special, it's not fixed properly, and it's dilapidating, essentially. And we keep building more shit, except we don't have the funding to really build that shit. So it keeps getting lower and lower and lower and lower quality so that it breaks down faster, except we have statistics for this. We don't have the money to build the shit we're building or repair all the shit that's dilapidating. We're just making a bunch of, seeds for ruins. We're making a bunch of societal ruins, people. The deferred maintenance and repair backlog for federal civilian agencies, Department of Defense building went from $171 billion in federal year 2017 to $370 billion in 2024. So it's gone up by roughly, around 3 times, which is a lot. Deferred maintenance is maintenance that they hire out that's just not done yet. deferred maintenance that hasn't been done yet. It's just tripled. So yeah, that's basically the state of American rent. None of the buildings are repaired. We keep building more buildings, except we don't have the money to repair those buildings, and rent keeps getting more expensive because of that. So, rent out your home to help reverse this fucking twisted disaster of a housing market we have. But all the landlords are kind of agreeing on a price, and that's the price they set for the city, and now everyone is paying way too fucking much just to live, and everyone is staying poor because of it. So everyone is staying less powerful because of it, and the people that have all the land and power remain with all the land and power. So what can you do to resist it? You can rent out your property. You can actually start becoming the landlords with things like VRBO and Airbnb, other online rental options like HipCamp. I mean, there's so many options, but use your property and rent it out affordably. Don't gouge people, but affordably. Literally undercut the rest of the market. Other people are going to start doing the same thing, and then eventually we'll undercut the entire monopoly. So the same thing happened with light bulbs. When light bulbs first got invented, they died all the time. They were extremely expensive to reproduce. When someone caught wind of this, they were like, oh, well, I can make light bulbs that last longer, and I'll undercut your monopoly. Things got a lot cheaper and more doable. So we can do the same thing with rent. So let me show you what I'm working on. What you see before you is a bona fide mess. An absolute mess. There used to be a wall here. There's not a wall there. This used to be one room with the room that's behind that wall. It's going to become an office. There's steps in the bathroom because I'm adding a second toilet and the sewer pipe was under concrete. I'm basically turning this entire building into a duplex. But even though I am allowed to have a duplex in Creston, Washington, if I'm not allowed to do a two-family home, if it's single-family zoning rules, I'll just leave a door right there and a door on the other side and stick a piece of insulation between them so that it's technically not a duplex. It's just a door that neither renter has a key to. So, yeah. The world is what it is, and you will find injustice in many places, but we have to do what we can to reverse that injustice. Make affordable rent. Do like I'm doing.